And we're back.
We're
Kinda
back? Oh, man.
Kinda.
Yeah, most of us are back. We're kind of back. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're finally back. We've appreciated all of the kind messages and those of you that have been asking us if we were coming back. We've had just a lot of issues. Our editing software just like crashed, and we haven't bought another one yet. And
the flash flooding. Don't forget about the flash flooding.
Yeah, it's been a long couple of months, but hopefully we're back in the saddle with the return of Fear the Walking Dead. The mid-season premiere aired 2 nights ago. We're a day late doing this, but yes, so much to discuss. It's really early, and Matt doesn't normally come in this early, but JP's got to run soon, so we just figured we'll go ahead and knock this out. And Matt doesn't, really watch much of Fear anyway,
it's
so we
true.
figured it for this one he'd be okay. But so much to cover. There's so many issues of comics we haven't podcasted about, but we're going to talk about Fear today. So Fear the Walking Dead's mid-season premiere. JP, just off the top of your head, and before we go forward, of course, spoiler warnings. You've been warned.
Yeah, 2 days. Come on, you should have seen it by now.
All right. So JP, overall, what did you think of the episode?
I liked it, man. Morgan, he's not gonna have to do all that walking this go around. That's good news for him.
Right. At least maybe now he's got a ride.
Yeah. So it seems.
Do you think that it's going to eventually cross over with The Walking Dead? Do you think that's the direction they're heading, or they're just kind of teasing the fans?
I think it's inevitable. I mean, on some level, I'm wondering, which show is going to kind of get the axe. If either one of them's got to go, can they both continue in the same, I don't know.
I was very disappointed. I was very disappointed with Fear when they killed Madison. Like when they killed Nick, I understood I know they didn't have a choice because the actor wanted to leave the show, but they did it very well. Like, it was very well done. You didn't see it coming, but you still got to hang out with him a little bit after he died, in a sense, through the flashbacks and stuff. Madison, I feel like they just did purely for shock value, but we'll see going forward. I mean, it did shine light on why they were so vicious and ready to murder these people. Yeah. But I feel like Madison's death didn't have to happen. But that's just my opinion. Some people I'm sure will defend it, and that's cool. But I like this episode a lot. I like the direction they're headed. I just really like the cast, too. I'm just a fan of, of course, your boy, Victor Strand.
I love him, man. Gave me a taste for wine, I'll tell you that much.
Your main man, Victor Strand.
Yeah, he is doing his thing. Him and Luciana,
Luciana's the one he was with. Yeah, Alicia was there, but he was pretty much hanging out with Luciana.
Yeah, they're dealing with Madison's death in their own way.
And Nick.
And Nick's death, yeah. Luciana definitely dealing with his more so than Madison. I'm sure she sat on both counts.
Right.
Tell she's definitely missing her man.
Yeah, they had a good thing going. And it's got to be awkward when she hears noises in the house, and it's with Charlie's the little girl's name, right? Mm-hmm. You got to forgive me. It's been a couple of months since a lot going on.
We're a little rusty, but Charlie.
But she, the little girl that murdered your boyfriend is walking around your house, and I don't know, man. It's just got to be an awkward situation for everybody.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Leaving that creepy book. Well, I don't know. That was a creepy book, but definitely the circumstances in which she got it was creepy. And
yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So do you? All right. We all know that Andrew Lincoln is leaving The Walking Dead. Excuse me, not Fear.
So I hear.
We don't know for sure that he's going to die, though I think most of us think that he's going to die. I saw a thing in the trailer that really kind of sealed the deal for me on his death, or at least they're going to make us think he died. Because if you look, and it might not be Rick's boots, but it looks a lot like Rick's boots. He's kind of worn the same style boots the whole show.
Yeah.
And if you look really closely at the season 9 trailer, there's a scene where they're walking and there's blood pouring on the ground, dripping, coming, like it's pouring out of his body. So I really feel like Rick's going to die, but some people say they may leave it open-ended so they can bring him back. He might take off on the helicopter, and then that way they could maybe bring him back in the finale if they needed to, just in case he decides he wants to. But because he did say his relationship from Rick Grimes is far from over, but that could mean a numerous amount of things. That could just mean as far as him making appearances at Comic Cons and you know what I'm saying? He could
$80 a signature.
Right, yeah.
I'm sure his relationship is far from over from The Walking Dead. Yeah.
But that's kind of how I took my relationship from Rick Grimes. But I feel like Morgan's going to get there right as Rick dies. Could you see that happening? Because that's going to be on the 5th or 6th episode, I think they're saying, on The Walking Dead, which gives us an entire season of Fear and then Do you think that Morgan's going to make it to Rick's side before he dies?
That would be wild, man. And just kind of take over as the lead on both shows.
Well, we had said that in a past podcast when we were talking about who we thought could take the lead with Rick gone, and of course they say it's going to be split up between characters. There's not a definitive leader now, but I believe all of us had agreed that we would be okay if Morgan somehow made his way back to The Walking Dead and took the lead, because I think Lenny James is such a good actor.
Oh,
man.
Yeah.
He's one of the best they have, I think, on both shows. So if he was to cross back over and kind of take Rick's mantle after Rick died, I would be okay with that. Kind of Rick's Bucky Barnes in a way.
Yeah, why not? Or shoot, why not Victor Strand?
Right.
He'll lead everyone to the promised land.
Victor Strand's got a lot of things, which Morgan does too. Don't get me wrong, but I think Morgan's a much better equipped to lead, especially with all he's gone through. I mean, he left The Walking Dead to come to Fear the Walking Dead, and basically his journey from like Virginia to where are they? Texas, right? Somewhere in that area. Was it somewhere out that way? But anyways. He made that long trip to get away from people because he was constantly around people, and then people always died or he went off the edge or something, but now he's coming to realize he's not going to be able to avoid people. So now he's like, I'm going to get back to my people.
Yeah, and I mean, he's clearly seeing I'm going to run into, just egregious violence wherever I go. I mean, That's not limited to, Alexandria,
It's not the fact that he's learned that it's not the fact that he's fighting, it's what he's fighting for that I think is kind of like made him realize, Rick and that group, they're my friends. They're, these are people that I want to, if I'm going to fight, I would like to fight for them. And I really do hope he takes John. And
if you were John, would you go, man?
Yeah.
Even with that sweet-ass cabin, I'd take June and,
I don't know, man. That cabin could be easily overrun. You go back to Alexandria, you're fortified, you've got a ton of people. And, I mean, it's a drama TV show, so something's always going to happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, like really looking at it, especially with someone like Morgan, if Morgan's telling you it's a good place to go and it's a good group of people and all of that, I would trust Morgan, if it's just some stranger, but they know Morgan's a good guy. And if Morgan tells him that, yes, this is a good place, you'll be safe, you and June, Johnny and June will be safe.
Right.
I feel like he would change his mind. I think something's about to happen. It's kind of a cliche way that they can do on this show sometimes, but they're all like, no, I'm going to stay. But I think that what's going to happen is like with they know that zombies are a herd or something is coming, and that's going to make them realize we're not safe here. We need to get to a larger settlement and things like that.
Yeah, something like that's got to bring everyone together. Who do
you think's going to die?
Oh God! Don't ask me that. It better not be Strand. That much I
could see that coming. Believe it or not, I could see Strand dying here sometime soon. I don't want to see it. I like Victor Strand. I think he's an awesome character, and the guy's voice, he could just like read me bedtime stories, and I'd be okay with it. But
just rock me away to sleep, Strand. Just do it. But no, man, he can't go. They need to find another yacht and just sail around the Gulf of Texas or whatever's in the water down there, and just make their way up to Alexandria.
Yeah, a boat wouldn't be a bad way to make your way. I mean, I know in the beginning things got rough, but there can't be that many people out on boats these days, and as heavily armed as they can be, just stay away from other boats. But I don't know, man. I don't think that we're going to see another yacht, but I could see Strand dying this season. No. I think he's going to have a come to Jesus moment, and then he's going to die. I hope not. I truly hope not. I would love to see Victor Strand meet the Alexandrians.
No, that's what That's pretty heartbreaking with Alicia, right? She finally, completes her mission, and dude's dead the whole time.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I kind of felt bad for her because I guess since her mom died, she's felt that need to save someone, so and so that her mom, because her mom would save people and all of that. And I think she's trying to fill her mom's shoes, but maybe this episode has shown her that she doesn't always need to try to be her mom.
No, it definitely didn't work out in this case, but
nailing signs to zombies.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty cool little message in a bottle idea. Mm-hmm. That's great how Morgan, dropped the logs on them.
That was I love
sweet, right?
And I cannot believe we've not mentioned this yet. Zomnado.
Oh yeah. Oh my God!
All the zombies. I thought it was really cool. I've seen where some people thought it was tacky. I'm like, dude, they're doing different things.
Yeah, it's Texas. I don't see how it's so far fetched.
Right. I liked it, man. I mean, they're doing different things. We've never seen zombies caught up in a hurricane / tornado / whatever that was.
Some high winds, right? That's for sure.
And we've also never seen them all get crushed by. I mean, that was awesome when Morgan dropped the logs on them.
Yeah, I thought it was a solid mid-season premiere.
I did too. I was very happy with it. Like, I was entertained. I maintain, yes, they made me angry when they killed Madison, but I think Fear is a good show. I think that it's getting better. Honestly, I mean, it's. Well, I don't know. Season 3 I thought was great, but I mean, I think it's continuing to be good. I don't know if I'm going to say it's getting better per se, but I like where they're going. I could see it ending up better.
I really liked the first half of the season. The mid-season finale, I wasn't as happy with that as I had been with the rest of the season, but I think it picked up on a really good note. I think we're looking at a good rest of the season.
And I wonder if they cross over, will it just be like a temporary thing, or will...
That's the question.
It merge the two into one, because it's got to be a little weird when you do that too, because it's kind of like with comics. You've got different writers and different people behind both of them. I mean, they have the same network and stuff, obviously, and Scott Gimple oversees them, but they have different writers and things happening. So I wondered, just how all that will go.
Yeah, it's hard to say, and I mean, you can't just have them. It's not easy to explain a crossover that next season they're in Alexandria, next thing you know, they're back in Texas. And
right.
It's you don't want both shows coming from the same location.
No, then it would just seem kind of pointless.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I'm pretty excited. I really do. I mean, they've been saying from the beginning, it's just so funny because you just can't trust anything like Robert Kirkman or AMC tells you, ever, because... they started off saying, no, these shows happen in the same universe, but I remember them saying they will not be crossing over. There will be... very unlikely is what they said. It's not going to happen. They happen in the same universe, but they're two completely separate shows. But then we got the Morgan crossover.
Yeah, I think then the ratings start to dip a little bit, and they're like, well, you know what? They can't cross over.
I mean, this is stuff I like, though. I like in the comic world. Crossovers
absolutely.
And stuff are great. Like, those are some of the first things I sign up for when you hear that like a Punisher and Daredevil crossover is coming. It's like, sign me up for that.
When done right, it's a beautiful thing.
Right, absolutely. So I just hope that, I don't know, I got so many fears if they do crossover. Like, number one, it'll be too many people. Because if we've seen one thing, The Walking Dead is not as good as Game of Thrones. It's giving the right amount of screen time to the right key. You know what I mean? Like, when you have too many irons in the fire, they're not as good as splitting up the story and making sure that everyone gets just the right amount, which means some characters shouldn't get as much screen time. But some don't get too much, so they're not really good at that. So I'm hoping if they do bring them together, maybe with Angela Kang running the show now on The Walking Dead, they'll do a little bit better. I like some of the stuff she's done, even though she's written like my least favorite episodes back in season 4.
Yeah,
with the Daryl and Beth thing, which I've mentioned all the time. But aside from that, she's done some pretty good stuff. So
seems to know what she's doing.
I'm pretty excited, but we're here for fear. It's just hard to talk about one without the other now because they're the possibility of a crossover.
Yeah, exciting times.
Are you? So you got to tell me though. Who do you think's going to die? Do you think I know you don't want Victor Strand to die. Do you see him die?
No, it's not going to be Victor.
I think Luciana's going to die. I think she's an easy pawn for death. I know that sucks for her character, but I mean she doesn't have Nick anymore. They don't really probably have any direction. It seems like they're really focusing on Alicia as being like the, aside from Morgan. I don't know. I could just see Luciana dying. I could see Strand dying.
Yeah, I think we've been calling for Luciana to die since like season 1.
Yeah, we have since
it's kind of like a Carol thing, in the beginning. You're like, oh yeah, they're definitely going to kill her off. That's an easy, kill. But
yeah, they might not.
Happened yet.
They might surprise us. This show definitely surprises me with its deaths. I will say that.
Hopefully we'll see Daniel at some point, Yeah. He'll be just hitchhiking.
Daniel,
on the way.
yeah, man. I've read a lot from some of the commenters and online that he's a very, very talented musician as well. So he's doing a lot like with his music and other projects is kind of why he's off right now. But I completely forgot. I really hope they reconnect with Daniel. Such a good character.
Oh, yeah. A great actor. Just, we need some Daniel.
I need some Daniel.
Daniel Salazar.
Damn, Daniel. Yeah. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else we missed covering this episode. I mean, it's, of course, a lot happening, but I think we've covered most of the main points. You got Strand and Luciana just sitting back. She's jamming to some music. Your kind of music on top of that, like some old country.
Yeah.
And Strand's I just got back from the beach 3 days ago, and Strand reminds me on that episode of how I am at the beach.
Living that Victor Strand life. I like it.
Yeah, I was him sitting around having cocktail after cocktail kind of reminds me of my past week. But you got them just chilling, drinking, being very unsafe, mind you. They leave that front door open entirely too much.
Yeah, being a little irresponsible, but I think they're just, that's where their head's at.
And then you've got, of course, the whole Alicia thing.
Yeah, we kind of chilling on our own, trying to process everything that's happened.
Right, looking for someone to save.
Yeah, looking for a purpose.
Looking for a way to be her mom.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's she's just kind of looking. Morgan wanting to go back to Virginia, John in June. He's healing up. I'm trying to think. We've got a herd or something's on the way.
Something.
Is there anything else? Anything else?
Brother, I think we nailed it like an SOS note to a zombie's forehead.
But I wish I had my effects up. I would have totally hit the
Yeah.
That's how I have it labeled in the sound effects too, is
Ooh, I like that.
Tis. Yeah.
Dumb tits. Didn't know that was a sound effect, but
hit the dumb tits sound effect.
Yeah.
But Matt's least favorite host back on TV.
Yeah.
Chris Hardwick's back on.
Yeah.
I wanted to stay up and watch it, but Preacher came on afterwards, and I'm not caught up on that yet, so I didn't get to watch his return. Yeah. But I hear it was very heartfelt and.
Yeah, I heard some members of the crew on Talking Dead actually left with his return.
Yeah, we won't even get into that. Well, I won't, just because I have my own opinions about it. With the whole witch hunt going on right now.
Yeah, look, not everyone is that's accused is guilty.
Right? Yeah,
and I would certainly hate it if he was, but sometimes there's just some people out there trying to throw some dirt.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. When you have ex-girlfriends coming out the woodwork to be like, hey, I dated him for X amount of years, and he never physically or mentally abused me. We might not have got along all the time, but I never was abused. But yeah. So he's back in the saddle. I'm sure some of you happy about it, some of you not so happy about it. But it's back to The Walking Dead as usual. It seems, both in the show and after. But so, yeah, I think we've covered most of the episode. I'm sure there's a thing here or there that we didn't get, but I think we covered all the major points. If there's something else we didn't think about, please put it in the comments, and we will definitely talk about it for next week's podcast, which we will be doing.
Yes.
We promise. Just kind of hard without editing software.
It definitely doesn't make it any easier. That's for sure.
But we're good to go. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, comment. We love commenters.
I love them.
It's been a while since we've done this, so you got to forgive us. It's taking a minute to get back in the groove of it.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
So, yeah, but, so we'll see you next week for the Podcasting Dead. I'm Justin.
And I'm JP.
And I'm Matt.
Yeah, I wish. Oh, I wish he was here.